Today we're replacing the wax ring on this toilet. This is an American Standard Cadet. It's a pretty standard toilet. And I installed this toilet several years ago when I tiled the floor. And you know what can cause a wax ring to fail? A couple of things. Yeah, age and some pressure, but also if you plunge the toilet too hard, it can cause the wax ring to fail. Thank goodness there's unfinished basement space below, so that it hasn't done any damage. We're going to replace it with something I've had success for in the past, this Better Than Wax ring. It's a series of two big gaskets here that are laid down in this water right here. Same as you see in this picture. And then it came with the bolts and everything. So to get started, we took the shop back and we sucked out all the water here. And then we went to the bowl and we sucked out all the water of the bowl. That's a really, really fast way to do that. You also want to turn off the water. If you think that this valve is old, you might not want to touch it at all. You might want to turn off the water to your house because you can get into quite a bigger job then. Next, we're going to undo this. And a lot of times these are just hand tight. But you can put a pair of pliers on there and usually turn that and loosen it and take that off. And you want to hold the valve on the other side so it doesn't twist around. And then you want to take out this this nut off of here and on the corresponding side, and you can do that with like an adjustable wrench or whatever wrench fits it. All right, so we're going to do the next phase and then we'll lift the toilet forward. That was easy enough. Now on to the tank bolts. Depending on your bolt, see I'm spinning the entire thing, so you might have to get some needle nose pliers or take some pliers to the tip there to get this off. See, I got some vice grips, but you could also use needle nose pliers to keep it from spinning underneath because it's in a groove and it will just spin around and around unless you can stop it. So sometimes that's the challenge. Other times these will come straight off. All right, we've got them both off. Okay, now that we've got all that loosened up and the water out of it, you can carefully come over here and you can straddle the toilet and pick it up like this with your knees. Bring it away from the wall. Now we're going to use something like this 5-in-1 tool to scrape all that away. Put on some gloves if you want to, and I do want to. And then just put that in a little trash bag and get all that clean. Now that you've got this cleaned up, you can decide whether or not you're going to keep the new bolts or the old bolts or put new ones in. They should slide out the side. Could sometimes be caught on some other things. So I'm going to clean mine up and reuse them. And the reason why I'm reusing them is because they're actually more substantial than the ones that were on there. So then you've got this foam side and you've got this rubber gasket side. You want to put the foam side down, and then you want to come in here with this and put it this direction. All right, and that's the way that goes. And you can see how this creates a far better situation where this rubber is extending down into the toilet flange deeper, and the bottom of your toilet is shaped like a cone. It'll come in here like this as a cone, so it just about can't leak. And that was my experience when I finished out another toilet on it and did a great job. So at this point, you're ready to set the toilet back in place. And we're going to do that the same way that we did before. We'll straddle the toilet and we'll edge it back into place. And we'll set the bolts right back down on top of the holes where the bolts will come up on each side. I didn't follow directions, so it's sitting too high. If you go back over and look at the directions, you'll see that If your flange is sitting above the floor, and mine must be, you have to go over here and proceed to step 5A. But I think what the thing is I've got a flange extender on mine, so I could probably take that out. It's a small layer. If you were looking a minute ago, it's that top layer of that white plastic, and I can unscrew that and bring it back down. And then if it's even or up to a 1/4 inch below, you don't do anything. You leave everything in place just like I showed. So I'm going to try removing my flange. Here's where you can see that I extended my toilet flange years ago and probably brought it up too high. You screwed that white ring on there. So you can take that out by unscrewing that. But I'm going to do some measurements first to see if that's right for me. On second thought, it says if it's even with the floor or even a 1/4 inch below, and you can see that it's just a little bit below the floor. So I should be okay. It should settle in. I want to try it one more time without doing anything except putting that back in place. Okay, I just wiggled it and it settled in, so I just follow the directions. The one thing you want to be careful of is don't tighten those bolts too tight, because you can crack your porcelain and ruin your toilet. So it's a good idea to be sitting on it while you're tightening those up. Then you're ready to put these little white caps back on it. Now you hook your water back up. You can hand tighten this because it's got a really good gasket on here usually. At most you can put a pair of pliers on there and turn it a little bit. But you can see that valve wants to turn. So hold the valve inside with the other hand. And that's what I'll do and get it hand tight. Once that's done, you can turn your water back on and give it a test. That's how you fix your toilet with the Better Than Wax Fluidmaster wax ring. That's a non-wax ring, rubber ring. Like, share. And that's how you fix your toilet with the Fluidmaster Better Than Wax system. If you like this video, like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.